Bad behavior is something that we deal with pretty frequently in the classrooms as teachers, and sometimes we may not know how to handle that situation, what strategies to use, what approaches to use within those children, and that is exactly what we're going to be covering today. Hello everyone, and welcome to our Teacher Tip Tuesdays. I'm Miss Valerie, and today we're going to be covering how to deal with bad behavior. So let's get into it. Tip number one out of the 4 that we have for today is 1, getting to know your students. Now, what does this mean? For example, if you have a child that is 2 to 3 years old that is having consistent behaviors like crying, throwing toys, throwing tantrums, you may not want to think, oh my God, this child is rebellious, because these are common behaviors of a child within that age group. But if you have, on the other hand, a child that is 10 to 12 years old that is having those behaviors, it might be a little bit more alarming because those aren't normal within that same age group. So what can we do as teachers? Well, instead of quickly going to discipline them, yelling at them, remember, before you discipline, it requires self-discipline as a teacher to discipline a child. But that shouldn't be the first thing that we go to. We should want to sit down with that child, open up our hearts to them, ask them what is going on at home, how can we help you, how can I pray for you? Or even if you're doing a class and you're asking for prayer petitions, some of those kids might open up their heart and say, you know what, I'm dealing with this, I need prayer with this. And if that's not the case, we also have the alternative of speaking with the parents. Now, the intention with speaking with the parents isn't to complain to them about their child, tell them, oh my gosh, your child is being like this, this, and this. No, if a child is having consistently bad behavior, chances are they probably deal with that stuff at school and at home, and the parents are aware. We don't want to be another burden to that parent, but we want to let them know that we are there to help them. So asking them questions like, what are they dealing with? How can we help? What phase or stage is that child going through that we can help them with? Now we have this example here of an iceberg. Now, what does this represent? This represents a child, and the top of the iceberg is what we see in the classroom, and these are the behaviors that they display. But the other 80%, which is what's underwater, is what we don't see within a child, which is the things that they deal with in their mind, things that they deal with in their heart that we are not aware of. They show the bad behavior, but this is the root of it. So it's not only acting on the bad behavior, but asking the child what is within. We need to help them with this 80% that they are dealing with, that they don't know how to adjust, how to display it correctly. They display it the way that they know best, which is acting out and seeking for attention and other things like that, but we need to help them find another approach or find another way to address that situation. The second point is placing them in positions to help out in the classroom. For example, they can lead the worship playlist, they can help out sending kids to the restroom, they can pray for the offerings. This is like an incentive for them to behave better, because the moment that they are placed in a position with responsibility and they are rewarded, they will see that behaving better is the best path instead of acting out and using bad behaviors. Our third point is changing our perspective as teachers. Now, what do I mean by that? If we have a child that is consistently demonstrating bad behavior, our mindset goes, oh my gosh, here comes Jimmy. Oh, he's gonna give me a hard time today. I know it, it's gonna be a bad day, this and that. We are already setting ourselves up for failure. We need to adjust our mindset. Why? Because if we have that mentality, most likely we're gonna display that in our attitude, in our body language, and the child is gonna perceive that and probably display that bad behavior, if I'm being understood. So we need to change our mindset. The same way that God's mercies are new every single day, we need to have a clean slate with our child every single time that we see them. We need to love on them, show them joy. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you in this morning. I'm so happy that you're part of the class, and make them feel loved and welcomed. And our fourth point is speaking to our colleagues. Now, we're not doing this with the intention to gossip and say, oh my gosh, this child has been acting out of my classroom, so annoying, this and that. No, we go with the intention of coming together and saying, okay, he's acting out in this way in my class, acting out in this way in my class. Now, what is the strategy, what method, what approach can we use to help that student to heal? We can pray for them and other things like that, but coming together as a ministry, as a teacher, not to gossip or talk bad on the child, but come up with ways as to how we can help them and better them together. So first point, getting to know your students. 2, placing them in positions to help with responsibility in the classroom. 3, changing our perspective and mindset as teachers. And 4, speaking to other teachers to come up with different strategies and approaches. And I hope that these 4 tips help you guys, that you put them into practice. Leave us a comment if you've applied them. And if they work for you, we would love to hear and interact with you guys. And we hope that you like this video. We hope that it has helped you out. Give us a like, share this video with everyone else, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.